Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Haller and I'm here with Gilles Grapinet of Worldline. And we're at Money 2020 Europe in Copenhagen. Thank you for joining me.
Hello Emily, nice to be with you.
What's your vision regarding the transformation of the European payment market?
Actually, the payment industry in Europe has been relatively stable over the last 10 years since we adopted the euro. It was a bit against all the expectations of the time that we should have by now a much wider pan-European consolidation. It did not really happen, and I think it is really starting now. There are many reasons for that. First one is the regulation. The regulation has been changing a lot over the last 10 years and is now definitely changing the business models, particularly of the banks. And they need to adapt to that, looking for scale and more innovation. And there, of course, the size of their processors is absolutely critical to allow them to get to the next level. Second is the valuation of the assets in payments, of course, making that there are buyers and there are sellers that is allowing really a massive consolidation to happen. And third is, of course, the massive benefits we can bring to all the stakeholders of this industry if we really combine well in the next years to really allow the European landscape to be as industrialized as the US landscape, for example, which is clearly something that we did not achieve so far. So there is definitely all the stars fully aligned for this pan-European consolidation that has been announced, expected, and to a certain extent that has been a little bit frustrating so far not to see really happening.
You announced at the end of last year a transaction/merger with Equens on financial processing activities. Could you please tell us more about this transaction and the rationale behind the strategic combination?
This is just a great move. We are extremely happy with Michael Stenbar, the CEO of Equens, that we could really announce this combination. It is exactly what Europe needs in terms of industrialization of the payment processing. So the rationale is very simple. Equens and Worldline were two of the main pan-European processors. Equens coming from Germany, Netherlands and Italy, and the Worldline coming from France, Benelux and Germany. So combining together, we're going to create the largest processor in continental Europe, allowing to process, for example, 100 million credit and debit cards, processing 10 billion non-payment transactions. I mean by that we'll really reach the scale that will allow to decrease the price for the banks, to allow us to invest much more in innovative products with better business cases for everyone, and will allow ultimately to bring the payment in Europe to the next level at this time of massive digital transformation. So the rationale is just to bring better pricing and more innovation to the banking community and through the banks to the merchants and of course us as individual customers. And the power of this combination is really unique, no overlap, perfect complementarity of products, Equens being very strong in non-card payments, Worldline very strong on card payments, mobile internet payments, and I mean just the DNA of the two companies is just fantastically compatible. So it is really, I think, the first move that is really clearly showing that the pan-European consolidation is really on its way, and I guess more to come, because there is so many still fragmented platforms that are still processing the former national volumes of the former currencies, I mean pre the creation of euro, that it is there that we need now to bring the European industry in payments, to really process the euro at the scale of the continent.
You've talked about the European payments market consolidation, saying now that the path to execution is clear. So what's the way forward?
Clearly, indeed, the economic rationale and the industrial rationale of combining the processing platform, both in card and non-card payments, is absolutely crystal clear for everyone. Everyone understands the win-win benefits for the banks as customers, for their customers, and for the merchants. The point is how you execute in Europe, being said that this is Europe after all. It is a complex continent, multicultural continent, multiple languages. 15 years ago, we were still having more than 20 different currencies. It comes with regional specificities, local rules, local debit schemes sometimes. And when you want to consolidate the Europe of payments, you need to respect that complexity. You cannot come with a one-size-fits-all type of approach in any country. It's why we do believe Equens and Worldline together, being native European players, used to that complexity, used to accept it as a part of creating value and the recipe for creating value in Europe, is really what we can bring for all the other participants of the industry. We can respect their specificities. We are committed to set up specific governance for them if they need, and of course to ensure that they can benefit at the same time of the power of our industrial combination, plus the natural respect of their local specificities, which I think is definitely the way forward if we want to make that happening.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
It was my pleasure. Thanks.
And thank you for watching.